for, mashallah, almost 1 year to this Chinese guy, and the guy doesn't pay you. We have so many friends, isn't it? They work like donkey for 6 months, and the Chinese guy doesn't pay. And you are preparing for your PhD, and if we die, there's no PhD. My friend, he just finished PhD, very young, at 25 years old, he got his PhD in the result. Very smart boy. How he died? On the way to go to the airport to go back to Malaysia. He had his PhD, Dr. Saab. Excellent, very intelligent person. But on the way to the airport, he made accident. So as we make plan for our dunya, we must make plan for akhirah. Because akhirah is guaranteed. The money you work today, maybe you get, maybe you don't get. The money you send back home, maybe your family get, maybe your family don't get. But with work of it, there is guarantee. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا. If you make mujahada, you make yourself a little bit difficult. Yes, it's not easy. Just come back from work, now you have to go to masjid, make musharah daily. It's difficult. But based on this mujahada, Allah promised, لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلْ. Allah will guide you all your responsibilities. As a father, as a husband, as a son, Allah will help us. Allah will help for our future. Look at the Sahaba. The Sahaba are very poor. They don't even know how to read and write. They have nothing to eat. They would eat dead animals. They would eat dead animals. They are so poor, and nobody wants to conquer them. But when they make the purpose of life, two things: وَأَنْتُمْ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, and number two, وَتُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. So as we are working for our daily living, we must make time for our daily amal and weekly amal. And number three, وَتُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. We must go out in the path of Allah. So it doesn't matter how busy we are, we must make time for our daily mashwara, make time for our daily ta'lim, make time for our 2.5 hours, we must visit each other. And when we visit each other, don't worry about tashkil. We will visit with mahabbah, with love. Okay, maybe you can bring to your brother maybe a few 5 ringgit of goreng pisang. It makes your brother feel happy. Rasulullah says, tahadu, tahabu. When you give hadiah, tofa, tahadu means hadiah, tahabu. It creates love. The work of deen, you can go for 4 months, every year. But if there's no mahabbat in our heart, then it is very, our iman is kabzul. We must love not only the human being, even the animal we must love. What happened to this prostitute? She just gave some money to a dog, kuta. And Allah forgive all her life of prostitution. Allah forgive her because she gives water to her dog. Today in COVID-19, many people, they are preshani. Oh, they are afraid. I can't go to masjid. I can't make salam. So we must visit each other and calm. Brother, don't worry. This virus, they are under the control of who? Who control them? Allah control them. Rasulullah says, if you make only this dua 3 times, Bismillahilladhi la yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Nobody can harm you. Bismillah, in the name of Allah. Alladhi la yadurru ma'asmihi. That there is no mudara, there is no darr, there is no harm that come to me when I mention His name. Fil ardi, whether they come from the creature that is in the earth, wala fis sama, or airborne creature. Virus, bacteria, these are all airborne. They are in the air. You only read 3 times. If you read in the morning, this insurance is valid until Maghrib. You read in Maghrib, this insurance is valid until morning. Although it's very simple to say, Bismillah, alladhi la yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. But how many of us read this every day? How much money you have to pay for this insurance? How much money you pay? No money. But our yaqeen is so kamzoor, we don't believe in whatever Rasulullah says. But statistics say, brother, it is COVID-19, very dangerous, many people are dying, and we believe immediately. Why? Because we are makhluk. That's why we must make dawah 2.5 hours every day. Nafi and ithbat. La ilaha. Means all these makhluk cannot do anything. Illallah, without the permission of Allah. We go to work and we send money back home. We must say, no, I am not the one who is allowing me to get this money. If Allah make me sick, I cannot go to work. So that's why we must give dawah every day 2.5 hours, nafi and ithbat. We reject 3 things and we make tasbih of 3 things. We say makhluk, I cannot do anything. Allah does everything. This dunya is nothing, akhirah is hamisha hamisha. And my money, my reconnection is nothing, but amal is everything. Rasulullah guarantee whoever pray Fajr in Jama'ah, faqad fi dhimmatillah, this person is protected by Allah. Can any coronavirus harm if a person is protected by Allah? I asked Ajisa. Ajisa is almost 80 years old. This Ajisa. Ajisa, what do you eat every day? He said, I just eat dawah. This is food. He give dawah every day, and read Quran every day, and take care of namaz Jama'ah every day. Allah will keep you safe. Okay, Bhaiya? So you look at the Sahaba. What happened to the Sahaba? From nothing, they are nothing until they rule from Morocco to Iraq. Even the Chinese emperor were afraid of Sahaba. When the Persian, he was about to be defeated by the Sahaba. So he asked the help from the king of China. King of China was amazing. So why are you afraid of this Arab? Tell me, who are they? They describe the quality, how the Muslim, how the Sahaba, they live in Jama'ah. How they take care of the halal, how they stay away from haram, how they obey the Amir, how there is mahabbah among them. So when the Chinese emperor heard this description about Sahaba, what the Chinese emperor said, he said, listen, these kind of people, they have help from the Khuda in the sky. And nothing can defeat them. Even if they want to come to my place in China, and in between them and China, there are mountains, they will remove this mountain. Allah will remove for them. And you know what happened to the Sahaba. Allah promised in the Quran, وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ. With effort of deen, Allah promised, tamdid bil mal, Ustaz. وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ. I will strengthen you with money. And wabani, and pious children. So inshallah, this taqaza that is being presented to us is something that we want to properly manage our time. Today we have time, but we don't manage it properly. We spend time in, mashallah, you know this Masih al-Dajjal, Ustaz? You wipe every day, right? You know Masih al-Dajjal? The one you wipe and it's lying. And we don't manage our money properly. So some money we must give in the path of Allah. And sometimes we must give in the path of Allah. This is like zakat. Once you give zakat, nobody can destroy your wealth. Nobody. You know Maulana Zakaria? You know, we read this book, Fadil Amal. So one day Maulana Zakaria, he come back from home, and there are some thieves. There are two thieves in his house. They are trying to break open his box of money. He said, hey, what are you doing? He said, I have paid money from this. I have paid zakat from this money. You cannot break it. He went to sleep, and inside this house is two thieves. Chore. He didn't chase them. So he went to sleep. Like nothing is happening. And he woke up for tahajjud at 3, 4 o'clock, and the guy is still there. He said, you get out of here. I told you cannot break this because I have paid zakat from this money. So we want that yaqeen. How this yaqeen will come? If you don't give time every day. If you don't give Khuruj time 3 days every month. It will not come. Okay, brothers? So now inshallah, we divide ourselves into our own. So remember, Rasulullah says, Al-Qa'iluna yawma idhin bil-kitab wa sunnah. In our time today, when people are far away from deen, we will do the effort of deen. Ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhawna 'anil munkar wa tujahiduna fi zah. What kind of hasanah Allah will give? What kind of neki Allah give you? Kas-sabiqin al-awwalin min al-muhajirin wal-ansar. You will get the same reward like the Sahaba of Muhajirin and Ansar. Like Abu Bakr, like Umar, like Uthman, like Ali. Same reward Allah will give us. So you want it to be this status? On the day of judgment will be raised among the Sahaba. You want to honor this? It's very great honor. We will enter Jannah without any hisab. Okay? And death is coming very quick. It's not next year. It can be tomorrow. It can be now. Okay, brothers? So while we are working for our dunya, we make effort for akhirah. So now what we need to remember, the taqaza is 4 Surdan. Dr. Sahab, we need 1 Jamaat BBNJ. Meaning we have to produce 4 brothers. So you have to find out who has fulfilled. To go to a foreign country, you must spend 4 months already, be married, and the last 2 years has spent your 40 days. So we try to find out who among these brothers. If we don't have anybody, then let's move these brothers towards fulfilling that qualification. Number 3, we want Jamaat for
IPB.
IPB. IPB, we want 5 Jamaat for IPB. And IPB is not only 3 brothers. So we need to come up with 15 names. Now we see we have how many muhalla? We have almost 9 muhalla. We just, for the whole month of February, we try to find 2 names to go for IPB. And there's no qualification. Anybody can go. Okay? So remember, every mahalla, try to find 2 or 3 names. Okay, inshallah? And for 40 days, we only need 3 Jamaat. And every Jamaat have 6 brothers, so becomes 18. So we have 9 mahalla, so you try to come up with 2 names. Okay, and ta'lim. Our whole ta'lim, every one of our satis, those who go in the path of Allah, whether they're 1 year ulama, 4 months, 40 days or 3 days, we must have ta'lim in our home. Because through ta'lim, malaika will come in our home. When farishta come in our home, what will happen? The barakah will increase, and the wrong things, the batil, will decrease from our home. There will barakah in our home. Okay, brothers? It's very easy. The work of deen is very easy, but we just have to think and plan. So can you do this, inshallah?
Inshallah.
Okay, now we put ourselves in our muhalla and we think how we can come this. So maybe now we have 5 muhalla now. So perhaps for IPB, you brothers try to come up with 1 name for every muhalla.